Let's talk about this with a man who certainly has unique insight into the Federal Bureau of Investigations, former FBI Assistant Director and our CNN law enforcement analyst, Tom Fuentes. Tom, thanks for being here.
Hi, Poppy.
Hi. I just want your assessment of what Comey has done. Was he right to come forward to send that letter to Congress, say, look, we found another device, we found some emails, we don't know if they're pertinent or not, but we want you to know we're looking at them?
Well, I think he kind of painted himself into a corner because of the July 5th press conference. That was unprecedented, and to have the FBI director determine that it shouldn't even be referred to the Department of Justice, nobody in the FBI, and my former colleagues and many of them still in the Bureau, just no one understood why that was. When they heard his presentation, they thought that it merited an announcement that charges were recommended, if any announcement be made, but they thought that the package should have gone to the Department of Justice for final decision, and he cut that off and said, we recommend closing it. Once he did that, there was no choice.
Frankly, the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, had said previously, we will defer to the FBI on this.
Well, she did, but she could have deferred to, and that was wrong on her part. She has underlings that are professional career prosecutors, that are civil service, that are not under the appointment of the president or serving at the behest of the president. So that could have been handled by normal means of the senior officials at the FBI, referring that to senior prosecutors at DOJ, who have handled many of these type of investigations, and handled it that way. Now that he did what he did on July 5th, then testifies before Congress, and Congress says if there's a new development, you're closing this case, you did close this case, or you're stopping the investigation. If there's a new development, tell us. You have to let us know. And I think that's what comes down to this week,
right,
that they have a new development that he felt compelled. He couldn't sit on it till November 9th and not say anything and have it come out that he already had known for a week and a half that this was going to be looked into. So I think he felt that there was just no choice, and they made the decision to send a letter.
Let's listen to what Hillary Clinton said about exactly what has transpired over the last 24 hours. Here's what she said on the trail today in Florida.
Voters deserve to get full and complete facts. And so we've called on Director Comey to explain everything right away, put it all out on the table.
Would that be appropriate for the FBI director to do that? I mean, Lanny Davis, who's a big Clinton supporter, former special counsel for the Clintons, represented them in Whitewater, said, look, he can bring in 200 extra agents, spend 24 hours and pour through the emails and release them to the public. I mean, why not do that 10 days out?
Because they're going to also have to contact people that were at the sending and receiving ends on these chains of emails and determine what they have to say about the nature of these messages. And they're working business hours. The FBI, if they have agents working up 2 in the morning, they're not going to be able to knock on the doors of officials from other agencies and ask them about this investigation. So, they know that the FBI...
You're saying it would lack context.
Well, yeah, it's not practical. And the FBI... they know that the FBI is not going to release on a daily basis every little bit of information as they learn it. So it's easy for them to say, oh, release everything. And, I would say, they may come to regret what they wish for when things come out about this. But there's a lot of other context to this that's not being discussed, and that is that the FBI has an intensive investigation ongoing into the Clinton Foundation. The reports that 3 divisions came in with a request to Washington to open cases and that they were turned down by the Department of Justice, that's not true. What was turned down was that they be the originating office. Headquarters at the FBI made the determination that the investigation would go forward as a comprehensive, unified case and be coordinated. So that investigation is ongoing, and Huma Abedin and her role in the foundation and possible allegations concerning the activities of the Secretary of State in the nature of the foundation and possible pay-to-play, that's still being looked at. And now you have her emails on a computer where the FBI already has a separate case going for Anthony Weiner's alleged activities with a minor girl on that case. So in a sense, it's almost turned into a one-stop shopping for the FBI, is they could have implications affecting 3 separate investigations on one computer.
But why are you bringing, what are you connecting here?
I'm connecting
in terms of the Clinton Foundation to this. I mean, Comey was writing specifically about emails found on Huma Abedin's computer that they came across because they were investigating her estranged husband for alleged sexting with a minor.
But he didn't say in the letter how this affects every investigation and issue a 5-page memorandum to be made public as to all the implications. I'm saying that internally, when they're looking at this case and they see Weiner's alleged activities, and then they see Huma Abedin's emails sitting on there, and her emails are not just related to the email Clinton, that part's being reopened. The Clinton Foundation case didn't need to be reopened. It's never been closed. That's ongoing. So what I'm saying is, when they say that this possibly, when the team looking at the Weiner computers, they went to the team of investigators that did the Clinton email case and showed the emails to them earlier in the week. And that team said, this is really significant. We need to take this to the director. Maybe we need to take another look at the email case. But intermixed with all of this is still the ongoing foundation case. So what I'm saying is,
I gotta leave it there, but I just want to clarify
cases,
for our viewers, you saying, sort of walking through the process of how this transpired within the FBI this week. Tom, are those facts you know from the FBI, or are you
Yes, I do.
From
Senior officials at the FBI, several of them, in and out of the Bureau, that the team doing the Weiner investigation took the information they got from that computer to the team that had done the Clinton email investigation, and the 2 teams went to Director Comey, and the next day he put out the letter.
Tom Fuentes, thank you.
You're welcome.
The presidential campaign comes down to, well, election night, and who gets to 2